Welcome to another design tip video. My name is Milena Herbaka, and I'm the owner and lead designer at New Breed Design. And since 2009, I have designed over 100 logos and helped over 160 businesses and organizations build their brand and create stunning marketing collateral. You'll have to excuse me, I will be reading a little bit from my notes, so I apologize my eye won't be on the camera 100% of the time. This week we are talking about when shouldn't you DIY or design it yourself. But before we jump into the rules of when and when not to DIY, we have to address one very important question. How solid is your brand's foundation? Are you clear and confident on your brand's fonts, color palette, graphic style, your logo even? If being asked to take stock of your brand's defining components gives you a bit of anxiety or raises questions, your first step before designing anything is to work with a designer to get crystal clear on your brand's look and feel. This is important because when we send our brand out into the world, in order to gain the public's trust, we need to demonstrate consistency. So if you don't have a brand style guide or a more complex brand manual or even a little mood board to guide your creative direction, please address that first and foremost. Now, let's assume that you have a super sexy logo that you love and you're confident you know how your brand should appear across all media placements. To determine if designing it yourself is a viable route in your business, ask yourself the following questions. Number one, do I even enjoy designing? A job done from a place of joy is a job well done. An indecisive designer spends a lot of time second-guessing, fixing, starting over. If you know your brand, you know what you like, and you can see it in your mind's eye before putting pen to paper, then the design will come easier for you than someone who spends the first 5 minutes staring at a blank screen, not knowing how to begin. If it's going to cause you more stress than joy to execute, fire it off to someone who handles these requests on a daily basis and can navigate them quickly and effortlessly. Number two, what is the lifespan of the piece? Invest an appropriately proportionate cost into a piece that's going to serve you for the long term. For example, anyone can design a social media post graphic that's going to be seen for a few days, then die off in the feed. It's relatively short-lived and should only require 15 to 30 minutes of your time to design. However, printing a large and rather expensive piece, such as a vehicle wrap, pop-up banner, or trade show booth that you plan to reuse for years to come can become a point of stress if you're not 100% confident in the effectiveness or the execution of its design. Question number three to determine if you should DIY. How important is this piece to the success of my business? If you took out an ad space in a national magazine that will be seen by millions of people, that is a substantial investment in spreading awareness of your business. If your website is doing more harm to your business than good and you know it's time for an overhaul, every day spent teaching yourself how to navigate a new platform is a longer delay in the process and is more likely to cause you stress than reward. Making the investment to hire a designer under these circumstances not only brings you peace of mind that the outcome will be done right, but it will effectively serve its purpose and benefit your business. Question number four, am I starved for time? I'm a huge advocate of people learning new skills and stretching the scope of their abilities, but creative work is hard to teach. If you're out of practice creatively, it will likely take you 2 to 3 times longer to complete a simple design compared to someone who does it every day. That's assuming you want to take a custom branded approach and not use free templates, because you don't want to look like everyone else. Creative work is never done, and that's why non-designers can end up tweaking and playing with a piece for hours and never be fully satisfied. If the thought of getting pulled into a design indecision vortex sends you spiraling, make the call for help. And finally, question number five, can I hire someone to do this for me that would cost less than my equivalent billable time? This is a pretty simple equation to solve. If you charge $150 per hour for your professional time, and it takes you an hour to design an ad, that ad costs you $150. However, if you hired a designer to do it in 30 minutes because the designer is more efficient, and they charge $100 an hour, The ad only costs you $50. You could save money by outsourcing tasks, like designing ads, that someone else can do better and faster. So that's all for today, folks. I hope that you learned something valuable that will help benefit you, your mental health, your business for now and the long term. And if you are looking for design help, you know who to ask. Thanks so much and take care.